Welcome back to the Infamous Goats podcast.
I'm Celis,
I'm Josiah.
and this is where we give you our weekly perspective of pop culture, sports, and entertainment.
All right, so shit, Celis, tell me what's new.
Man, what's new, bro? Honestly, I went to go see a new movie. It's called Strays. It got Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell, bro. That movie was
The
so
animated
fucking...
movie?
No. It was the movie with the dogs.
Dogs, yeah. It's not animated?
No, it's not animated.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Bro, oh my God, that movie was so fucking funny, bro. Like, way funnier than I expected. I went to go see it with a friend of mine, and, bro, I think, like, going into it, I wasn't expecting it to be funny, but coming out of it, like, literally, I was hoping for a part two because that's how funny that shit was.
Honestly, I feel like you could tell if a movie gonna be funny or not by the cast. Like you said, it had Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell. Like, that's just a gold mine right there.
Bro, like, Jamie Foxx's character literally stole the show, man. Like just thinking how they was doing voice acting, but the dogs mimic like the emotions and basically the whole vibe of the character that they was giving off from the studio. It's just crazy, man. I think it was like 90 or so minutes, bro. It had a lot of people from Saturday Night Live and so it was a lot of Saturday Night Live alumni, and, bro. Just all around comedy vets in that movie, bro. The shit was so funny. Like I like at the end, bro. Oh my God, he bit his balls off, bro. That shit was horrendous. And then there was a big fire. Bro, definitely one of the best comedy movies I've seen this year.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. But once you said Jamie Foxx, I know Jamie Foxx all around a great actor. And honestly, in my opinion, he gave one of the best what's the word I'm looking for? Biography films.
Like portrayals in the biography, yeah.
Yeah, portrayals in the biography with Ray. Yeah. Like honorable mentions like fucking Denzel and Malcolm X, and
people like when people mention like biographies with Denzel, like they talk about Malcolm X, but that's not my favorite one. I think one of his most underrated films in general is The Hurricane. Bro, if you haven't seen that, please go check that out. He was playing an ex-boxer that got framed for something got framed for a murder he didn't commit. Was spending all these years in jail and writing books and stuff, and like this big movement started and ended up getting him out of jail towards like later in his life. He ended up doing like 20 something years in jail.
This is a true story?
True story.
Wow.
The Hurricane. Like, to me, this is like definitely one of his best portrayals, man. I think from start to finish, you really felt for that character. When they had him in a hole, oh my God, with the rats, bro, that's cinema right there.
Well, I think, why Malcolm X got such a bigger spotlight because of the name. Like, look at the history.
Spike Lee too. Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee as well, and the star in it, and the cast. So that was just set up to win, honestly. But I gotta check out the Hurricane.
Well, what's been going on with you, man? What's been happening lately? Y'all see you fresh off strangling somebody's wife with that shirt on. For people that's listening, he wearing a wife beater.
It's hot. It's hot in the Midwest right now. We burning up.
Bro, oh my God. It's like 100 and some degrees on my porch while I'm filming. That McAllister episode, if y'all pay it close attention, I was dying. A little behind the scenes. I threw up after that episode. I was so hot and dehydrated. I ain't eat. God. Like I literally like I ain't ate all day, and then Josiah texted me like, "Yeah, we about to get ready to film." Fuck, had to make it.
Yeah, we have to make it, but the fall coming up, so temperature for the drop soon. It's for the be hoodie season.
Yes, sir.
Spooky season. So
you definitely gotta get some Infamous Ghost hoodies, man.
Yeah, Infamous Ghost hoodies. Yeah, so y'all stay tuned for that.
Go ahead, tell them what we got coming today, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of Denzel, we just checked out his most recent movie, The Equalizer 3.
Man, directed by Antoine Fuqua. He directed all of them. Bro, this is definitely... I don't want to go over the head to say the best, but man, like this movie came out the gate swinging.
Oh yeah, that out of all of them, this one started out hot. It started off like, damn, bro, oh, shit, like that's the exact reaction.
And the first 60 seconds, man. Let's talk about that cold opening. You see, like the head of the mob, Vitaly, he pulls up to his winery in Sicily, and he walking into a house full of dead bodies. And I love that one take scene where it's literally him walking through the entire house, looking at each body one by one. Like literally, it was a one take scene, no cuts, man. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect directing right there, bro. And then it ultimately leads to McCall sitting in a room, wiping blood off his hands and stuff, literally just waiting on the dude
And you
with
peep
two
the
guns
bottle of
pointing
wine
at
though.
him.
Yeah, two guns. He had a bottle of wine like he was drinking some. Like
Yeah,
I
bro.
like that.
But I don't know. Is it me or did this movie seem so much darker compared to the first two? Like, man, I feel like not saying the first two is kind of lighthearted, but I feel like the tone. It was just a major tone shift with this movie.
Yeah, it was most deaf. It started more darker because I know the first one for sure. You ain't see like a kill or action until
Not
like the first like 10 minutes or something.
man, not
But
even the kills, but like I'm just saying like the overall. Well, I guess we gonna get into it. Yeah, I'll touch on that more later.
okay,
Yeah, but let's talk
but
about
yeah,
that fight scene.
yeah, the very first fight scene. It's like man, I like how he breaks him down. He you stole something, and I'm here to get it back. If you don't give it back to me, you know consequences can go.
Man,
He said you got
yeah,
9 seconds.
the classic Denzel. You got 9 seconds to choose your fate, bro. Like y'all gonna
And
do
then
this to me?
he broke it down. He was like, the guy on my left is 2 steps too close, and then I'm gonna shoot him
Bro,
with this.
literally. Like
What?
I'm telling you, he a vet. I think that like in this movie, you just seen all the years of experience just coming into play. Because obviously he older, but man, I think it just seemed much easier for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially
Nah,
like
yeah, but
the people he going up against. Yeah, much more.
yeah, that
But
man, that fight scene, oh my god, just violent. Didn't he stick a gun in the nigga eye or something
yeah,
like that?
right in the eye.
Oh my god, that was just violent, bro. And then the way he shot what's his name? Vitaly. He shot him like 3 times. And then he was crawling. Shotgun in the ass. In the ass. Bro. Like
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. This one was more violent than the other ones. Like you really see that McCall is a killer, bro.
for real. Like a cold blooded killer. So,
Man.
but yeah. So after he take out those people, he walk outside and he see um his
Vitaly's
son in the
kid.
car. Yeah, Vitaly's kid. Yeah. He told him get back in the car because I'm quite sure McCall lived by morals and stuff. He ain't for to take out
Yeah,
no
he
kid.
don't kill kids, you know.
And then I guess he let his guard down too soon. You saw, you heard a shot. Then you say his instincts start kicking in. He just started shooting up. Like
Man, he ain't know
you can
where it was
tell he
coming
was,
from.
yeah. Turn around, he was the kid. He could have let off for the kid, but he let the kid run off.
Yeah, the kid was terrified.
But did you peep Robert tried to off himself right there?
He thought about it. Yeah, he definitely thought about it. He was like literally just looking up in the sky, like, what should I do in this
Yeah.
situation?
No, like he pulled it. He heard the click. He ran out of
Oh yeah,
bullets.
he did. It did hit the
Yeah.
click. You right?
Uh-huh.
Dang. I
Yeah,
thought
that's
he
crazy.
stopped. I ain't even peep it. Damn, he did. Hit it. Damn, that's crazy. He was really about to off himself. I thought in that moment, like he was gonna die, and then they was gonna take us to a flashback for the movie.
Mm.
That's
That
what I
would
thought
because
That's what I thought the movie was gonna be.
that low key would have been good because in this whole trilogy, we don't still got his full backstory. Like we don't find out he was a Marine until part two.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. Yeah, when he couldn't kill himself, he ended up driving off and passing on the car. Then Officer Benucci took him to a small town in Altamonte where he met the Dr. Enzo. And Dr. Enzo patched him up. Like, he literally saved his life.
that ass, and you kind of saw his struggle, honestly. And I guess Enzo saw the good in him because when he asked him, he was like, "Are you a good guy or are you a bad guy?" And
Yeah,
then
and
he said,
that was a pondering question throughout this whole movie. Is he like he that's what he was asking himself the whole movie after dude said that. Am I a good guy or am I a bad guy? I think that's what he was trying to face because or yeah, as you're gonna see, like he was kind of hesitant with some of the decisions he made.
"Mm, yeah, facts." But yeah, you see him walking around town, still avoiding cameras on a cane, because he
On the
hurt,
can, yep.
Yeah, but Pete, so he go and like do what he usually do, order a tea. They don't give him a tea
Nah,
there because he a
he has.
foreign.
Oh yeah, you right. I thought you was
Yeah,
jumping ahead. Go back. My bad.
yeah, no, you good, because he was a foreign, and the waitress told him we only serve tea to older ladies, or Englishman, something like
I've
that.
I've never heard of that, bro.
That's so racist. Like
Not yeah, bro.
not even just racist, just like discriminatory, like overall. Like
Yeah, yeah. I think that's yeah. I guess other countries got their gender roles.
I guess so. But then you see him make a unanimous call to the CIA.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
You said unanimous.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, whatever. But yeah, he make a call to the CIA.
Agent Collins,
Yeah, and that's when we introduced the Agent Collins. You know who that
aka
character is?
yeah, that's Dakota Fanning.
Uh-huh. Bro, like she been in so many movies, bro. Like,
Bro, literally since she been doing it since she was I want to say 3 4 years old, bro. And she worked with so many people like Tom Cruise, Sean Penn. She worked. This is her second time working with Denzel. She was in Man on Fire, and people didn't know that.
yeah, like early 2000s, she was hot. She been in um
The Cat in the Hat,
Charlotte's Web, Man on Fire, like you said, and shit, just so many more, honestly. Like,
Twilight. She was in Twilight too.
oh
All of them.
wow. Damn, I didn't know that. But I don't know, it's kind of good and bad seeing her on a big screen again. Cause even though she put on a good performance with the strike going on, I feel like it's gonna kind of fly under the radar. So
I don't think her performance is gonna fly under the radar. The strike don't really have nothing to do with the movie. The movie was already made.
I mean, yeah, but with the movie not being promoted as much, I feel like,
Nah, bro, did you see the numbers? This shit debuted at like 65 million worldwide.
oh damn, I didn't know
Oh,
that
in
shit.
one weekend. So this is definitely gonna touch 100 million. Easy.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Easy.
Yeah, I
And
mean
I
I
guarantee it didn't cost that much to make. This is not some big budget film.
damn, that's crazy. But yeah, we introduced a Hug character, and Robert called the CIA because when he was in Sicily, he was there for a different reason, but he ran into another problem, and he thought he should inform the CIA.
Yep.
So Collins,
Yep.
yeah,
He
I
started
would say so.
drugs. He started drugs there in the wine bottles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Collins, her team went to go check it out, and she saw he wasn't lying. So
Yeah, but
she
man,
didn't know who he was.
yeah, that was I think that was what was like fucking with her the most because he just called her out of all people randomly. Her. He could have called anybody. He had a direct line to her. Think about that.
Facts. Yeah. And then you see they meet up later, and then she asks, why me? Like, why did you call me?
Yeah, he pointed it out so easily because he was like, yeah, you got a tourist book. Yeah, your accent was kind of phony. The way you pronounce this and that, bro. It's just the
Yeah,
little things he picked up on. Like, you could really tell he a vet.
dead ass. Cause like who will recognize like the way someone pronounced their M's? He says kind of sandy or something, like lazy. Like,
Yeah,
how do
yeah,
you
like an
like
old
how do you
person or
pick up
something.
or something like on like that? Like
You could tell, bro. He been around a lot of undercovers in his life.
that,
A lot of
that
undercovers. I want to talk about him because in his stroll through the town over these last couple of days in that movie, he was really like just picking up on what the town is, the vibe, and also noticing the local gang. I want to say it's called the Camorra. I hope I'm saying that Camaras. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, the local gang, and he just seen that they got their hands in a little bit of everything.
And if you think back to the older movies, Denzel always pick up on like people harassing towns, and he always solved that problem, like because he don't like that type of stuff. And you see, like he was slowly adapting to the new country he was in.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and like he was noticing, but he didn't act. He didn't act on it because, like I said, he wasn't right physically, so it wasn't so much he can do. So, and I think in this first act of this movie, you really see him taking everything in it before he make his move.
facts. But you over time, you gradually see him getting better. You know, you see he get off the cane, then after that, you see him walking with like a small limp, and then you see him walking regular.
Yeah,
But
and he run into Collins again
mm-hmm.
when he
Wait,
I
what he?
want to say when he went to that church. So when you remember the cross he kept looking at the top of the stairs, when he's finally healthy enough to make it to the top of the stairs, she was there waiting on him, and then she asked him,
Oh
why
yeah,
me, why me?
facts.
And he was like,
But
"You'll figure it out eventually."
hmm but right before that, do you remember the gang harassing the local fish store owned by
Yep,
Angelo?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took money from him
hmm
and
And
embarrassed him in front of his whole like staff, family.
all that, yeah. And so after he peeped out, I'm like, oh yeah, he on the
Yeah,
hit list.
that's when we also introduced to Marco. That he's the brother of the head of that gang. And
Yeah.
he pretty much was just a wild, like every movie got that one wild card character where, oh fuck everybody, I'm the man. You feel me?
Until they actually run into the man. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn.
Cause he and we all cause after that scene we also learned that Marco's brother Vincent, man, he literally run the whole city.
All right, but later, apparently Angelo didn't come up with the money that the gang demanded. So out of nowhere, as Robert, you see he got his backpack on
Yeah,
and
he's
looked like
getting
he
ready to
about to
leave.
leave town. Yeah, looked like he about to go back to America. He see a big old fire, boosh. Turns out it's Angelo's fish shop. And it's like you can kind of see the hurt and devastation in Robert's eyes because like you see he built a connection with them.
Yeah, he
Like
built a
so
relationship and he saw how important that business was to them and how they survived off that. Like that was
yep.
like literally you saw the pain and do and Angelo and his wife eyes when it was burning because all their memories and you saw the pictures of them at the wedding burning everything like they had their life invested into this and you just seen it all go away and now I love how the community supported them like in that their grief
You
but
saw
then that
everybody helping.
yeah but that's also when you saw the turn in Robert character because you really thought he was gonna leave that life behind but then his instincts can't help themselves, bro, because he gotta help people. That's just who he is. And yeah, after that, Officer Benucci, he ended up looking and seeing a van pull up on camera, and people get out and they start the fire, and then he makes a call. Hey, let me find that van. Let me get information on that van. Next thing you know, he goes to pick up his daughter from school, and he gets a call saying she didn't make it there or whatever. He instantly go home, and they got his family, and they threaten him and beat him bad.
In front of the family, which is kind of messed up. But
Bro, you know what was weird to me about that scene? Like, why was she in her panties, bro? I feel like it has been some context to that scene. Or maybe something got cut that just didn't make sense. I don't know.
yeah, I noticed that too. Like from a logical standpoint, I'm thinking she in her own house, in her panties, whatever. Then
But
some
they didn't
dudes
show
break
that
in.
though.
Yeah, they didn't, but it has to be cut, or I don't know. Like I know that I'm like, damn, they got some cheeks in this movie.
Bro, that's what I'm
Shit.
saying. I guess I don't know. Maybe you gotta have sex appeal in movies.
All right, so right after that scene, you see they're at this restaurant, Officer Benucci and his family, and you see the
Marco.
Camaro
We
gang.
just gonna say Marco and
Yeah,
his guys, man.
all right, yeah, all right. Marco and his guys walk in. What was they demanded money or something,
No, so
or like
they wanted him to
I
give
can't
them
remember. Like,
access to some boats. And
mm,
pretty much he
boats.
like,
Damn.
yeah. So I think they wanted access to some boats so they could transport some stuff or I don't know, go joyride or something. But yeah, you just saw the fear in his eyes because he instantly grabbed his daughter, put him on his lap, like was just holding her tight. But then that's what Marco
Mm-hmm.
he look over his shoulder and guess who eyeballing him at the table across from him? McCall.
The Black John Wick.
I mean, I think John Wick is the white equalizer, but hey, we gon' that's an argument for a different day.
Okay. but you see Robert shit. He wasn't on games. Like he instantly I don't know what type of like maneuver he put
So
him in.
when he walked over to the table, he literally got close to him, and he was like, "That's a nice watch. What kind of watch is that?" And then he literally as soon as he even moved a muscle, he bro instantly grabbed his shit, and I think he said he was pressing on the medial nerve, I don't know, and I don't know medial nerve or something like that.
Yeah, I
He
ain't
was
pay attention
Bro,
in
he was
human
pressing on that
biology.
shit hard. He was screaming. He was like, "Tell your man to
Yeah.
sit the fuck down.
Mhm.
Tell he has to leave." He's like,
Uh-huh.
"Leave, sit down." Like, man, he was
And
doing whatever that man said.
For real, cause shit, he ain't want no smoke. Cause like everyone like, who is this American? They was calling him American the whole movie. Like,
Yeah,
but
I low key wanted to say, but all right.
now I actually learned in different countries. Like, well, what I've heard of, like they don't look at us as black and whites. Like
That's only
they
an
look,
American thing.
yeah, they look at us as American, like type shit. Like,
That show you something.
shit, a lot about American history. But
Man, so as they leave, dude, Marco and his friends plotting like they next move. Like, yeah, we finna get this nigga. And he tell him go get the van. Next thing you know, boom, dude crashed and killed one of his guys, and we find out another guy was killed in the car, and McCall was behind it the whole time. Here come McCall. I gave you a chance, so he attacked all of their ass, bro. Kill them all one by one. And what was like creepy about that to me, when he finally got down to Marco, he looked him in his eyes as he was sliding down the car and slowly dying, and watched him die, bro. Literally didn't break eye contact at all in that entire scene, if you paid attention.
damn.
That's some real killer shit, man.
It is. And I feel like that kind of like bounces back on the statement you made earlier where he was questioning, right, whether is he a good guy or a bad guy. Like, even though he doing these bad things for a good cause, like, do they really mesh? Do they equal
Yeah, man.
like good?
I think that's when once he started helping people in that second act of this movie, I think that's when he started turn, like I said, the turn in his character, because he realized that he was the bad guy doing good, not the good guy doing bad. If that makes
Mm,
sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
I think once he accepted he was the bad guy doing good, that's when he got back into the rhythm of things, and he realized that he cared about helping people more than he cared about helping himself.
Damn, it shows he got integrity, man. Shit.
Man. Yeah, man, I want the lighting in that fight scene, bro. The lighting in the first two fight scenes in general, in the beginning and this one, bro, because you
Just
just felt like
dark.
it was, yeah, super dark, and it was the spotlight just on him and the target, bro. It was literally
Mm-hmm.
just a big spotlight casted over them, and like, oh my god, it just made him seem like he was moving like a phantom this entire movie, because it was like
That
one
shit.
moment here, one moment not. Where is he? Like, bro, I love that. I'm like, I really love that because he a vet. He know how to move around. So yeah, next after that, we see Collins. She go to the head of the police in Naples and talk to him to try to get some information on this whole drug ring going on. And she asks, can she interrogate a few people? And then that's when we realized that this nigga was dirty this whole time and working with Vincent, because he go right back to Vincent and tell him to warn him. But then he also tell Vincent like, hey, why are you selling drugs to your own people when you could be moving to different countries? And Vince was like, if I'm not gonna do it, somebody else will. Basically, I don't give a fuck. But then and then he was like, know your place. And then dude told him, know your place. Next thing you know, he chopped his fucking hand off, bro.
I think he was trying to say shit. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Type shit.
Bro, he back there, he gobbled that motherfucker paws. Bro, he
But,
chopped. Like I said, this movie was super violent, bro. He chopped the man hand off.
yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but man, Vincent, I think once his brother died, that's when his character came to the forefront, because he was more so a boss in the shadows kind of guy. His brother was on the streets, but now his brother dying kind of broke a screw loose in his brain, and he wasn't thinking straight. So now he trying to get back in the streets and get revenge, and not really caring about fucking up his whole operation.
So the next scene, you see Robert make a call to Detective Collins, and he basically tell her like, "You're being misled. You know, don't feed into the lies you tell you because somebody's dirty on your team." And like, when if she didn't pause in her tracks on that phone call, it would have been wraps for her. Because soon as
Bro,
she hung up, took a step, the car she was supposed to get in blew up because Vincent had it rigged.
scared the shit out of me in the theater, bro. We was sitting in like the second or third row. Oh my god, that shit came out of nowhere. We didn't expect it. Early, as soon as he turned around, boom.
Like out of the blue. I'm damn, what the fuck? And I really look like shout out to stuntman in that scene because it didn't look
Facts,
like no CGI because it looked like that stuntman took a hit. Like,
bro. Or stunt woman.
yeah, stunt woman. Excuse me.
Gotta get it right. Nah, but facts though, bro. Not facts though, because that's some shit you can't fake, man. You really gotta just take that hit.
Facts. Facts. And then we really don't see Collins until like end of the movie after that.
Yeah, yeah. They take her to the hospital and shit, and then like, and that's pretty much the end of her arc. Well, not the end, but yeah, pretty much all she contributed what she needed to contribute.
Facts. But later we see Vincent and his gang roll into town looking for the people that killed his brother. And like, cause he still don't know who did it, cause Robert is still unknown in this town.
Yeah, he grabbed Benucci and basically holding Benucci at gunpoint, telling well he don't know it's Robert, but telling whoever killed my brother, come like show your face, it's like show
Yeah,
yourself, come to
he
the
shot
light.
Benucci ear off.
Yeah, man, I'm like,
Bro,
bro,
Benucci been through it in this movie. Like
bro, I'm
Benucci been
telling
in,
you, he was the damsel in distress like for the majority of the second half of the film.
like bro was just trying to live his life and be a cop. Like he ain't asked for none of this.
Hey, he got involved. He shouldn't have helped Robert, man. That's what
Man, the
happens when you
writers
help a killer, bro.
the writers had it out for Benucci.
Nah,
Briefly.
facts. You gotta have that pawn in there though. You gotta have that pawn. That's that person that's want to do good, but also getting fucked up in the process.
Man, facts.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, at that point, Robert he showed himself, and he said, "Kill me. I'm right here. Kill me." Like he was literally asking to die. He was ready to get shot. He was ready to get shot, and then that's when you see everybody in the whole town come to support him. They all put their phones out, start recording Vincent and his guys, and like his henchmen basically saying, "Let's get the fuck out of here. We on camera. We can't kill him now." Because he thought he
facts.
had the city under his thumb, but they got strength in numbers. That's what people don't realize. Use the strength in numbers. It's more of them. I mean, it's more of y'all than it is of them.
Yeah, and I feel like they realized that in that moment because you saw they was weak. They said, "We go be back for you." And shit, Robert, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Bro, I love that scene, man. I love that scene. He because literally, like, he was like, "I'll be waiting," and then as soon as they drove off, like, you just see him staring. Like, it was a cold stare. Like, you knew what he was about to go do.
Because like Vincent plan was, all right, we go slide back on them, some other time,
Mm-hmm.
after like the block cools down. But Pete Robert did not wait, not
And,
1 second.
bro, he instantly got the guns and everything loaded up.
And
He knew,
like you said earlier, like it was such a dark, like gory, like scene. It's like he was literally moving like a phantom in that
bro.
mansion.
Yeah, man, because he was taking them bodyguards out one by one, but you see him, but then you don't see him, bro.
Yeah, I
And
ain't gonna lie.
I
My favorite.
love that.
Yeah, I was about to say my favorite kill in that scene when dude was checking the cameras, and then you see the camera pan from the start right here. You don't see him.
Bro,
Start on his left
yeah.
side, you don't see him. Then it pans to his right side. He right behind him. I'm like, oh my god! And as he checking the cameras, he checked the camera of the room he in. Next, you know, he getting stabbed because he right.
Bro, nah, I like when we see Vincent laying in the bed, and then you see the painting above him, the glass painting, whatever. It's dripping blood, but he don't notice it. And then he start rubbing his pillow, and next thing you know, a body fall through the fucking ceiling, man. Like you just seen a fear in his eyes because he finally figured out who he was dealing with.
For real, like hey, this ain't a regular American.
Bro. Man, and then
Like,
he's the man stepping on glass. He grabbed a gun, everything. He pulled a glass out his foot, bro. And then he just walking through the house looking for Robert, and Robert's still not in sight.
yeah, he just looking at all his dead men all throughout the house is like, what did I just get myself into? You saw that in his face, like,
Bro, man. And then like I love that last scene with him. He just shooting because he hear him, but he don't see him. And like man, he was. It was like one of those scenes where it was anticipation of the death that was scaring him even more than dying
facts.
itself.
Yeah, and then you saw when he finally captured him, he fed him the drugs that he was flooding the town with,
Yep.
and he literally gave him a taste of
Man.
his own medicine.
Yeah, dead ass.
And then you see like he kind of like foaming at the mouth
Oh my
because
god, that shit was disgusting, man.
he told him you got 6 minutes till the medicine kicks in and your heart
Yeah,
stop beating.
bro.
Then you see he cut him and just let him loose and just
Bro,
slowly watch him die.
man, literally letting him walk through the whole town and die in front of everybody.
I guess that just let the town knows like y'all don't gotta live in fear no more. Like
That he's just a man.
facts, facts. Like, he is
Man,
touchable.
bro. Pause. Pause.
Now, you never heard that song? Like,
Nah, bro. Niggas wearing white beaters and just getting frisky over here.
oh, you never heard that song? I just tapped him on the shoulder, so he is touchable. Like, you know?
Nah, it's not playlist.
Nah, man. But like,
uh, so yeah, I think after that we see Collins in the hospital.
right. We see
Yep.
Collins in the
Yep.
hospital,
Robert,
and then, yep.
go ahead. No, you can do it. You can say the same.
All right. And then Robert explains why he did everything he did. Because initially, when he went to Sicily he found out a guy back in America got his account hacked and his pension is gone. Over 300K just gone in thin air. But Robert tracked down who did it, and that led him to Sicily
Yep.
just to get the money back. That he's seeing all this drugs being transported and in a legal way. And he feel like, all right, let me call Emma Collins to see like, yo, do something about this. And that's how they got connected. So this whole thing was a coincidence. Like this whole move was literally a coincidence.
Not necessarily, because he gave her the 300K and told her to go to Virginia and return the money. And she did, and the couple was happy to like have that. They was crying, hugging each other, like they thought their life was over. And he was telling her like, "You don't got to pack up anymore." And she also got a promotion at her job. And Robert sent her a letter, and that's when we found out she the daughter of Brian and Susan Plummer, Robert best friends from part 1 and 2.
Facts. You remember they were killed in part 2.
Yeah, and that's why she kept asking Robert throughout this whole movie, "Why me?"
And he told her as he left the hospital, "You'll find out. You'll figure
Man,
it out."
man. So that was just like a good. I think that was a good like little bow to tie up this whole story. That the reason she was brought in was because of her family.
Facts.
So
And you see she following her family footsteps.
man, so like yeah, Robert just do he like the yeah he just doing good all around, man. I fucks with that.
Yeah, Robert. I feel like his character really like displays like a person with, like morals and integrity because everything he do for the good, you
That
know?
good Samaritan.
Yeah, and I feel like there's no other player, no, not player, no other person to play this character but Denzel, you know?
Yeah,
J-
this is some
j-
of his best work to me, honestly.
yeah, like just hearing Denzel speak, you know, in interviews or like speeches at awards, you could tell he a real life wise man, and he play into this persona. I don't even call it persona because he might be actually doing this shit in real life, but he just kind of fit that like personality, like you know.
Nah, I get what you're saying, man. Definitely an influential person. Got that effect on people where you feel like you can relate and also like engage with him because he's that he seems like a normal figure, but and also he reaches a lot of people. And that you can say that for the Equalizer, just a normal guy, but everybody likes him.
Man, his preachers, man, you feel like he at church every time you hear him talk.
Nah, facts though, man. But yeah, I think he retired. He ended up staying back in Italy and retired. Like you see them celebrating a soccer game or football, whatever they
Yeah,
call it over
football.
there.
Yeah, get it right, get it right.
Yeah, they was celebrating with them at the end of the movie. Then that's what it closed out to black, and that was the end of Robert McCall's story.
Man, it
That
was
was
a good trilogy.
great fucking trilogy, bro. Definitely, it wasn't not one bad movie in this entire series.
Nah, not at all. All of it was good.
All right, but the $1 million question: what would you rate this movie out of 10? And double $1 million question: what would you rank this in the trilogy?
All right. Out of this movie, I rank it a 7.5 out of 10. It
That's
what?
kind of low, bro. That's kind of
You
low.
think so? What was
That's
you
kind of
ranking?
low. I was about to give it like an 8.5, 9, damn near, because,
Mm,
bro, I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 9.
hmm
And if we was ranking this in a trilogy, I think this was the darkest one, and honestly, that dark tone was working for me. And I would put this at number 1. Honestly, I think
Unpopular opinion.
that dark tone was working for me.
Yeah, it's a great Dark Tone. It's different, and I like that. I like the difference, but I still think number 2 is the best. Honestly, I like
Yeah,
number like
yeah,
you went back to his hometown. You found
yeah.
out
They
his
was in
own
they was in New York or Baltimore.
um I think New York, New York.
Okay, okay, okay.
And then you find out a dude he was in a Marines with tried to backdoor him. You know, he actually the one that got Colin's mom killed.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
it's
why he felt
like,
like he older.
you feel
Man, but
me?
he like that. That's not a bad argument, bro. Like I said, all of them are great movies.
All of
Great
them great,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't
think
know me. I
that
think I
darker
got
tone. Yeah, that darker tone just worked for me. I love the dark stuff. I think that's why I'm probably being biased in that, but I love the dark stuff.
nah. Yeah, it's just your preference. I respect it. Like you said, I respect it. But
I think
shit, I guess.
but can we both agree that this was the most violent one?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
and that
bro,
opening scene.
he decapitated the nigga. We didn't even mention that,
Oh yeah, he did. He literally
bro.
like
The
took
nigga
his
head
stuff
slid off.
clean off. I'm like, wow. And then one thing else we didn't mention, remember in the opening scene when the dude was walking through the mansion and seeing like all the dead
Yeah.
bodies laid out, and later in that movie, they Denzel was having flashbacks
Oh
of like
yeah.
all the kills he did, like
Yeah,
and
yeah, bro. Go no, keep going, keep going. I was just agreeing with you.
yeah, and all the kills he did, and it shows you how they laid each body out. I think that was just so raw.
Yeah, man. It was like a POV view.
Yes,
Why just say the
yes.
porn verification of it, bro? But yeah, nah,
Oh
that
shit.
I love that. Like, yeah, like it was just showing from his point of view to kill him because us looking into the killer's eyes and seeing what he sees, and
Facts.
that was him facing the question: is he a bad guy or is he a good guy? That was part of that whole little question he was facing with himself.
Right. When he shot the dude and he looked in the mirror, yeah, that shit was tough.
Tough, bro. Like, I love the dark stuff, man. That's why I got this number one, man. All right, but that's gonna do it for us today, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Infamous Ghost Podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at Infamous Ghost Pod.
And you can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Infamous Goats. Until then, we see y'all next time.
Peace.